Eddie LeVert, the legendary R&B singer, has faced unimaginable heartbreak in his lifetime. Known for his soulful voice and commanding stage presence, his personal life tells a vastly different story, one filled with pain and loss. Just when many thought he had endured the worst life could throw at him, another devastating blow struck. His youngest daughter, Ryan LeVert, passed away at just 22 years old. The news spread quickly across social media, leaving fans in disbelief. At first, people questioned its validity, but then came the confirmation, breaking hearts everywhere. Carissia LeVert, the daughter of Eddie's late son Gerald, shared the heartbreaking news through her Instagram story. She posted a picture of Ryan and wrote, "Thank you for all of your thoughts and prayers for my family. Please send extra love out for my papa and Nana." That one message revealed everything. A granddaughter trying to be strong for a grandfather who had already endured so much. She also reposted a message mentioning Ryan's battle with lupus, an unpredictable and painful illness. But this loss wasn't Eddie's first. It marked the third time he had to bury one of his children, a burden too heavy for most to imagine. Ryan, known to many through a podcast she co-hosted with her father and nephew, was full of life, laughter, and joy. Her sudden passing was difficult to comprehend, especially considering the tragedies Eddie had already endured. His first son, Gerald LeVert, passed away in 2006 at the age of 40. Known for his unforgettable voice and presence in the music world, Gerald's death shattered Eddie. Just 2 years later, his second son Sean died at 39. The back-to-back losses left many wondering if there was something more to the pattern of tragedies Eddie faced. Was it bad luck, an unexplainable curse, or something too complex to understand? Eddie rarely spoke about his grief publicly. Instead, he poured his emotions into his performances. Each time he stepped onto a stage, the weight of his sorrow was evident to those who knew him well. His journey wasn't just marked by loss, but by a cruel pattern of heartbreak that seemed unending. Losing Ryan brought all those buried feelings back to the surface, reopening wounds he had tried so hard to heal. Social media erupted with posts and prayers as fans questioned how one man could endure so much pain. Many speculated about the ancient reasons behind the tragedies, while others simply mourned alongside him. Despite the immense pain, Eddie never blamed life for his losses. After Gerald's death, he openly admitted his confusion, wondering if he had done something wrong. Yet he held on to his faith, believing there might be a greater purpose behind the pain. Ryan's passing tested that faith once again, as it brought back memories of the grief he had experienced before. Fans were left wondering why life seemed so cruel to a man who had given so much to the world through his music. When Gerald passed in 2006, it wasn't just a personal loss for Eddie, it was a public shock. Gerald had been a star in his own right, with a voice and musical talent that captivated audiences. He and Eddie shared more than just a father-son bond. Their connection was deeply rooted in their shared love for music. Gerald's sudden death left Eddie reeling with no time to prepare or say goodbye. Then, just 2 years later, Sean's passing hit even harder. As Eddie described in his book, "I Got Your Back," he felt lost, confused, and empty, questioning whether fame or lifestyle choices had played a role in these tragedies. Despite his heartbreak, Eddie chose to keep living. He continued to perform, smile, and be a pillar of strength for his remaining family members. When Martha, the mother of Gerald and Sean, passed away in 2020, it was another devastating loss. Although Eddie and Martha had divorced long ago, their shared memories and the love they had for their children kept them connected. After her passing, Carissia shared another emotional tribute, expressing gratitude for her final conversation with her grandmother and imagining her being reunited with her sons. Ryan's death added another layer to Eddie's grief, but what stood out was his silence. While others might have turned to the media or social platforms to express their sorrow, Eddie remained quiet. That silence spoke volumes. It was the silence of a man who had endured more than most could fathom, holding on to his faith as his only source of strength. He believed that perhaps all the souls he had lost would one day be reunited in a better place. Over time, fans noticed a change in Eddie. He became more private, his energy on stage slightly dimmed. Performing songs he once sang with his sons, Knowing they were no longer there to watch or cheer him on must have been a heavy burden. Yet he never let that sorrow stop him from sharing his gift with the world. He once said, "I lost 2 sons. It's not small, but compared to someone who lost their entire family, I was still left with something." That perspective, though humbling, became even more poignant after Ryan's death. Despite these unimaginable losses, Eddie refused to let grief consume him. He leaned on his wife, Raquel, who became his anchor in the storm. She kept him grounded, reminding him of his purpose even in the darkest moments. Eddie credited her for being his strength, his support, and his reason to keep going. In the face of tragedy, Eddie continued to give. He toured, created music, and connected with fans, even releasing a Grammy-winning album with the OJs after Gerald's passing. His resilience became an inspiration. Stevie Wonder once summed it up perfectly, saying Eddie could have wallowed in his pain, but instead, he chose to celebrate the blessings he still had. Eddie's story is not just about loss, it's about survival and love. Despite the crushing pain, he kept performing, sharing his music, and living with purpose. Losing Ryan reopened every wound he had tried to heal, but it also reminded him of the love and memories he still carried. Fans continued to support him, drawing strength from his example. Through it all, Eddie remained a symbol of endurance. His story resonated with countless people who had faced their own tragedies. He showed that while grief might bend you, it doesn't have to break you. It was his love for his family, his music, and his faith that kept him moving forward, even when life seemed unbearably cruel. Eddie LeVert's life is a testament to the power of resilience. Despite losing 3 children, he continues to stand as a beacon of strength, proving that even in the face of unimaginable loss, love and faith can guide us through. His story is not just one of heartbreak, it's one of hope, reminding us all that even after the darkest storms, it's possible to find light again.